When fishing for local history on the North Shore's Plum Island, you'd be wise to start with a visit to Martha Moulton at Surfland Bait and Tackle.
My parents started this in 1960. They started as a small little shop. My father was Ray, my mother was Kay.
And what was it like growing up here, being a part of this community and this shop?
Growing up, we were known as Scum Islanders because only poor people lived at the beach, just like Salisbury, just like Situate, you know. And now it's, I still wish I lived on Scum Island.
Yes, the island has changed, with beachfront property priced well over $1 million. But a look behind the rows of fishing poles here reveals a fundamental part of Plum Island that hasn't changed. This is a fishing spot.
Who's up here, and what did that take to get up here?
You had to be 50 pounds or over to be up there.
Wow.
Some of these are caught off the beach, some are caught off the boat.
These are big fish, though. And you said your husband's up here, too?
He is, Jim Dudley.
There he is.
Smell me, I smell like a fisherman.
Also on the wall are Martha's father and her brother David, who weighs in with a 58-pounder. But more important than his memories of that catch are his memories of the photographer, his mother, Kay.
My mother always, she loved the history of Plum Island. She worked hard, and she just loved talking to people and learning about the area. And she just kept scrapbooks and stuff.
This was 1960.
Oh, this is right at the beginning,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
These scrapbooks tell a story of fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, generations of people who stood here, looked into Kay's camera and smiled. And behind each photo, a story.
That was my first fish. And what was interesting, I only had a little 7 or 8 foot rod with a conventional reel, and I was the only one that took a fish.
Kids will come in and say, you know, I caught a fish in 1987, and I had a picture. And so we dig out the scrapbooks, we have pictures of every fish, and they're like, oh my God, they take pictures of it. And then they see some of their father and the family.
It's great to have all the history.
It is.
And to have other people value it, it's all good.
I've been fishing Plum Island for 45 years.
In 2008, the history of Plum Island leapt out of the scrapbooks and onto the screen with James Waldron's documentary, Real People, Fishermen of Plum Island.
I moved to Plum Island in 2000, and I started fishing again. Then I realized that this place was like Aspen if you're a skier, right? There's great fishing and a very interesting mix of people.
While the vibrant fishing community is the heart and soul of the piece, historical depth is added by 2 local legends. The first, Bob Smith.
I probably came up in 1953.
He was like one of the fence posts of Plum Island fishing. He was a tremendous fisherman, really nice guy, and he was an amateur 8mm film guy. And that's where I got all the archival footage from the film.
The second person James knew that he needed in his film was Kay Moulton.
I was born and brought up in Newburyport. My father owned Riverside Dairy.
I remember the day I was asking her, I was really kind of nervous to ask her. And one of my neighbors came in, he says, oh, you got to be in it, because otherwise there's no story.
James interviewed Kay for 2 hours, and in that time gained new insight into the woman who had spent so many years documenting others.
Got married, and my husband said, let's start a bait and tackle shop. So we came down to Plum Island, and been here ever since, and that was 1960.
Kay passed away in 2018, but for anyone who came through this shop, she is not forgotten.
When she passed away, this I Miss Kay thing started, and they still talk about my mother.
I still get phone calls, you know, is Kay there? I'm like, oh, sorry, she's not.
Kay Moulton ran Surfland from 1960 to 2018, and I'm going to miss her.
Of all the fish that I've taken pictures of, I have on the wall, you know, the big ones, I go through and there's so many of them that have passed away. Life goes on, but you miss those old timers.
Well, and if you're wondering, they do still take pictures at Surfland, but rarely 50-pounders. In Massachusetts, the recreational slot size for striped bass is 28 to 31 inches.
Which is way below a 50-pound
Right.
fish for sure. And back to James Waldron, who is the director of the Real People documentary. He's working on a new documentary now about another New England obsession, candlepin bowling. So we'll be looking forward to that one.
Oh, I like that.
coming
All
up.
right.
Yeah.
Coming up, new perspective in Newport.